Alright guys, so we're going to continue building our Node.js API, and we're going to continue putting some level of protections on it. So right now we've already done the login side. As you can see, we have the login here. So what actually remains now is for us to do the controller for the what. I mean, we've done the login, we've done the register controller. What remains now is to do the login controller. So I'm going to make sure I upload this to my GitHub repository so they can actually have access to it, right? Use it for your React project or any kind of project you want to use it for. But just make sure that you have my SQL installed, you have your XAMPP running, and you are good to go. So right now I'm going to start working on the login side, which is what we have here. So it's going to be equals to an async function, which is going to be a request, a response. So right here, I'm going to have the email. I'm going to have the email, and the password is going to be equals to the incoming request body. So these two things here is actually coming from your form, right? It's coming from your form. It's coming from here also, right? All right, so let's continue. Let's proceed. So right now, I'm going to do a very simple try and catch. Then right here, I'm going to do find the user first, right? So I'm going to say const. It's going to be query, and it's going to be like this. I'm going to say select star from users where email equals to this. So you don't need to put the stuff like this because of hackers. So you do it this way. So like this, the hacker can't bypass. So right now I'm going to do db.query because I have a database query up here. As you can see, the db right here. So in this place here, I'm going to have my query as the first argument. And I'm going to have the email, what we're checking for. I'm going to have an async function here. So it's going to be, this is going to be an error. I'm going to check for the error. Then I'm going to check for the results later. So I'm going to say if error like this. I'm going to do a console log. I'm going to say database error like this. I'm going to do a very simple return. So instead of me typing, what I'll do is I'll just come and copy this here because typing is not actually that easy. So I'll just copy paste there. So I'm going to say database error. Then I'm going to say if results dot the length is equals to is 0. That means if they actually found a user, if a user was found. So in here, I'll come here and say 401. So here I'll say user invalid information. So if I've done that, I'm going to create a variable called user, and it's going to be equal to these results. This like this here. So if I've done this now, I need to do compare the password. That's it. Compare the incoming password. Compare the incoming password, right? So I'm going to say password match is equals to this await. Going to bcrypt.compare. So what are we actually comparing? We're comparing the password to this right here. So we are comparing the incoming password that we have that's coming from the form. This place here, we're actually comparing it to the one inside the database here. So now if you have done that very, very successfully, you need to do an if statement here to check. So if password is match, like that. So what you would tend to do is just do it this way. They can just say and then check password or email, please. Just give the user a clue. So after that, I'm going to do what? I'm going to get a token for the user. So that's what I'm going to do, get a token. So I'll say const token is actually equals to jwt.sign like this. Then in here, I'm going to have my user.id like that. I'm going to have my email user dot email like that. Then in here, I'm going to have my process dot env uh, dot my secret. So right here, I'll come and paste it like this, secret, like that. So I'm going to do my expire in. So process dot env dot, in your env file here, I have something called jwt expires. It expires in 1 day, right? So then I'll put this here. So if this token is being generated, right? So we're going to say login successfully. So it's 201. So down here, I'll say welcome back. So here will just be a message I'll send, then followed by the token. Then if I've done that, I'll do my catch. Do my catch here. It's an error, please. So here my catch should just be I'll say server error, server from login error, something like this. So right now, what we left for us to do right now is actually do what, to test it now. So what I'll do right now is that I'm going to go straight to my route, and let me see where I'm having an error here. So I think I know where my error is actually coming from. If I come up here like this, I'm having this React stuff here. So I think everything should be good. So I'll go back to my route. So you can see my route down here. So you can see I'm validating the login schema, right? So let's say for an example, I actually have this name. You can see this is the login here. If I click on send here, I'm going to be getting an empty string. The reason why I'm getting this is because of I'm validating this thing very, very correctly. So the attacker can actually bypass it, right? Right. So say the hacker can't bypass this. Can't bypass this. Why? Because I've validated it already, right? So what I'll do is that I'll just comment this guy here and I'll click on send. So I'm getting check password or email. Let me just move that T. Let me see. Okay, I'm still getting the same thing. Let me put the secrets. Okay, good. So right now you can see I have successfully done what? Created the login part for it. So this stuff here is actually very, 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 very what? Secure for your backend. It's extremely very, very what? Secure for your backend. So what I want us to do right now is pretty simple. Is let's create another extra another extra logic, right? Let's say we want to add products for an example, right? We want to do what? Add product for an example. So what we'll do right now is we'll go straight to our, my SQL. I'll come straight down here to SQL here, and I'll just come and create a table. So I'll say create table called products. Then we have the ID, int, auto, increments, primary key. I'll just put the name as text. I'll put description. I'll put information. as text. I'll put the price. I'll just say as text. I mean, it has to be a number, but I'll just say text there. Then I'll put in the user ID. So this is going to be an integer. Then I'll just say this. I'll just actually close it like this. I'll just click on go. So I've created the table now. So what I want to do right now is that I only want authenticated user to be able to add a product, right? So that's what I want to do. So what I would be doing right now is actually going to be very, very, very uh, easy, right? It's going to be very, very what? Easy. So first of all, we'll start from the controller itself. So go to the controller here. I'll scroll down here. Then I'll come and say we have export dot add products. So yeah, so request, and I'll say a response like this, a request and a response. I'll say const. I'll say name. I'll say information. And I'll say price. And it's going to be equals to the request dot the body, like that. So I'm going to say user ID is equals to request dot user dot id. So I'm actually doing this to get the request dot id. So let me check if they're both empty. So say this or information. I can do this here. Then this will be 400. I'll say please check name and information. All right, good. So if you've done that now, I'm going to do this. I'm going to say SQL is actually equals to this. So I'm going to say into insert into products name information. We have the price and we have the user underscore ID. Is it user underscore ID? Let me check so I don't make mistakes. Okay, user underscore ID, that's true. User underscore ID. So right now we'll do values, then we'll put these three placeholders. So this is very, very important because of attackers. They don't actually bypass that. So if you've done that, we just come and say values is equals to this array here. So we say is equals to name, is equals to information, is equals to user ID, and it's equals to, let me say price here. Like that. So right now I'm going to say db.query, and I'm going to say values. I'm going to check for an error, and I'm going to actually do what, get the results also. So like this, let me come here. So I'll paste this right here. So if something actually happens, I'll just say something went wrong, like that. So if nothing actually goes wrong, right, and I'll give a response back called status is 201.json. Then I'll say message product added. I mean, you could add something to it yourself. So I'll say product product ID is results. So say results dot insert the ID. So it's going to actually drop out the ID out there, right? So that's what it's going to actually do. So, but I think I need to move this inside of here. So it has to be inside of this, not inside of there. I think I've made a mistake. I'm supposed to do my if error. Yeah, my bad. I'm going to do my if error like this. All right, good. So with this way now, only authenticated users should be able to do what to add what products, right? So what we'll do now is that we'll go straight to our route like this, and this router we'll just come and say router dot dot post because so I'll say slash add. Then if I've said slash add, I need to come here to bring out the add product there. And as I'm doing so, I need to put in a middleware. So I have a middleware called uh, auth. So in this middleware down here, that's what they called here. So I'll come to my middleware here. My middleware, I'm having this middleware here to validate my login and the rest. So what I'm going to do right here is that I'm going to create a middleware like this. So this middleware is going to check for authenticated users, right? So I'll say const JWT token is actually equals to require, which is JSON web tokens. So let's start working. So just do the module dot export actually equals to a request. We're going to have a middleware. So we're actually creating a middleware. Dot next. So this is a middleware. So this middleware is going to run to check if the person is authenticated. So I'm going to do a try and catch. So with this project here, you can use it for any kind of big project you want to use it for. It's actually well protected. So auth header is equals to the request dot header. We have this question mark like optional chaining authorization. So I'm going to say this if auth header or not auth header actually starts with the barrier token, put a space there like that, and we'll return something here. So this, so we say token is missing. So if it bypass that part, we'll come and say const token is equals to auth header dot split. So to the one, and I'll say const, we'll have to decode it. So it's a JWT token dot verify the token, right? Process dot env the token dot what the secret, which is what we have here. Like that. Then if we've done that, we just say request dot user is equals to decoded. Then right here we just say next, whereby we move to the next thing. So we can do a catch error. I'll place this here. I'll copy what I have here. Let's copy this. I'll place it here. So say I'll call it on authorized person. That's fine. So what we'll do now is that we'll go straight to our route, which is right here. In our routes right here, you can see we have this. We need to do something like this. Say const, which is the auth middleware is equals to require dot 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 slash middleware slash auth this, like that. Then in here we are going to say auth middleware, and I'll say get add products like this. So let's give this in a try now. So let's go back to our postman and we'll take this add. Let's see what happens. So you can see token is what is missing, right? So let me do this to log in here. So I'll copy this stuff I have right here. I'll copy it and I'll change this one here to add. I'll come straight to my headers authorization here. See this token right here. I'll place it there. Then if I've placed it there, I'll change this name to Toyota, and this is going to be information, and I'll say good to buy. After that, I'm going to say this is going to be the price. I'll say the price is the price is supposed to be an integer, but I'm leaving it like that. So I'll click on send. Let's see what happens now. So by saying getting token is missing. Okay, I need to insert this. Okay. I think I am. Let me check my stuff very, very well. So I have my auth middleware. I have my auth middleware here, and I have my add products. Let me check my add product again. Let me see if everything is working well. So user underscore this. So I think the issue is actually from here. Yeah, the issue is from here. The issue is from here. So let me check it out again. Let me see what I'm missing here. So I brought in my JSON web token. Oh, headers. Yeah, headers. Let me do this. I'm having an error. Let me do my headers. Send unauthorized person. Okay, good. I don't think I need to put in a double quote here. I'll just take it out. I'll take that double quote out. So let me check again. Burial. We have my burial token here. I'm returning a status of 401. I have my token. Oh my god, this is where my error is again. So let's check it again. Do I have to put in my double quotes? I just keep forgetting some simple things these days. I don't know why. Let me try and log in again with the user. Let me try and log in again. So I'll comment what I have here. I'll do this and this. Alright, so I'll copy this token here. And since I've copied it, I'll just comment all these ones out. I'll come here, information and the name. So I'll come straight to the authorization, I'll come straight to the token, I'll place it right here. So let's see, no, add. And I am getting unauthorized person. I don't know what is going on. Something is missing here again. What could that be again? Oh my god, it's supposed to be starts with, there's something called stats. It's supposed to be starts with. So that's where my error is. So I'll try again. I think I'm supposed to have it back. I'm just forgetting to put this. What's this? Alright, so we're having something went wrong. Something actually went wrong. Where does that error come from? Which is here. Okay, so let's check it out. So we are having information. I have the information here. Is it the correct thing that I have here? Information. So something is still wrong somewhere. Oh, I'm supposed to have this. Yeah. All right, good. So you can see I was actually making a lot of errors in this video. So it actually means that I was just making errors and errors and errors. So this was where my error came from. I forgot to put this extra placeholder stuff here. So that was actually getting an error. So you need to be properly what authenticated. As you can even see, I won't forgot to put my I was putting double quotes in front of this thing here where I was not supposed to put it there. So right now you can basically see that we've created a ad what product. It means that this thing is very, very well what protected. No hacker can actually what bypass it. So if I should try and compromise this here, take away this E, click on this send here, this is what happened. It says what? Unauthorized what person. So that is all about this what project. It's a very, very protected project. Now just keep creating your own business logic. Just be adding this thing to it, then you are good to go. If you like this project, please give a like and share to other people. It actually keeps me going. And don't mind me making so many mistakes in this project. Sorry about that. I'm just doing it off my head. That's why. I'll see you guys in the next video.